Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to study how to obtain complementary function. We, we know that complementary function, it is what? It is the general solution of homogeneous differential equation phi of d of y equal to 0. Let us consider the differential equation of order 2, d square y upon dx square plus a into dy upon dx plus by is equal to 0. Now here phi of d is what? It is d square plus ad plus b in operator form, and therefore we can factorize it, and this differential equation, it will takes the form d minus alpha into d minus beta y into y is equal to 0. We call this as 1. Now, what is the auxiliary equation? So phi of d, if we equate it to 0, that will give us auxiliary equation, which is d minus alpha into d minus beta is equal to 0. Equate these factors to 0, we will be getting roots as d is equal to alpha comma beta. Now, further, let us put d minus beta of y equal to z in 1. We call this substitution as 2, and now 1 becomes d minus alpha of z is equal to 0. So this is first order first degree differential equation. It is linear, or we can express it into variable separable form, and solve it using the methods of first order first degree differential equation. The solution will be z equal to c into e raised to alpha x. Now replace this value of z into 2 becomes d minus beta of y equal to c into e raised to alpha x. This is now linear differential equation in y. Solve it. Its solution will be what? Y is equal to c1 into e raised to alpha x plus c2 e raised to beta x. What the thing which we have to observe here, we got the roots of the auxiliary equation as alpha and beta, and c corresponding to that only we got terms in the general solution as e raised to alpha x and e raised to beta x. So this is very important thing. Therefore, now we will generalize our case from second order to nth order. So, if our homogeneous differential equation is of nth order, therefore the auxiliary equation will be of nth degree. Therefore, it will have the n roots. Let us say the roots be d equal to m1, m2, so on up to mn. So these are the n roots. Now using the previous case for the order 2, now we will write down the solution for differential equation of order n, homogeneous differential equation, as y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus c3 e raised to m3x plus so on plus cn e raised to mnx, as there are n roots. So we have written the term in the general solution corresponding to each n roots. So this is the general solution of the homogeneous differential equation. Note, here the important thing we have to see is whatever the order of given differential equation is, same number of arbitrary constants must be there in the general solution of the homogeneous differential equation or in the complementary function. Okay, so that is the important thing. So homogeneous linear differential equation must contains number of arbitrary constants equal to order of linear differential equation. Up till now we haven't considered anything about the roots. We simply considered the roots, and from that we have written the general solution. But we know that roots may be real or complex. They may be repeated or distinct. So depending upon the nature of roots, now we are going to see how to write down the general solution of homogeneous linear differential equation or the complementary function. So suppose for the given homogeneous differential equation of order n, m1, m2 up to mn are the n roots. Now we will consider the first case. Roots are real and distinct. If roots are real and distinct, whatever the solution we have obtained here just now, same will be the general solution. So in that case, general solution is y equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus so on plus cn e raised to mnx. Now we will go to the next case. Roots are real and repeated. Consider two roots are repeated. First case, let m1 equal to m2 and remaining n minus 2 roots, they are real and distinct. So consider the differential equation with two roots are repeated. So d minus m1 into d minus m1 of into y is equal to 0. We call this as 1. Now put d minus m1 of y is equal to z. Call it as 2. Therefore 1 it becomes d minus m1 of z equal to 0. This is first order first degree differential equation. Solve it using known methods. Its solution will be z equal to c into e raised to m1x. So 2 it becomes d minus m1 of y is equal to c into e raised to m1x. This is again linear differential equation in y which is of first order and first degree. So solving it, its general solution will be y equal to c1x plus c2 e raised to m1x. Now see, whenever root is repeated two times, then we will be getting the term c1x plus c2. So this is the case when roots are real and repeated twice. So we have obtained the general solution related to the repeated root, and therefore the general solution of the given differential equation of order n is y equal to c1x plus c2 e raised to m1x. So this is the term corresponding to the repeated roots, and we have considered remaining roots as real and distinct. So from the case 1 we can write the general solution related to that roots as c3 e raised to m3x plus so on plus cn e raised to mnx. So this is the case when roots are repeated twice. Now let us consider the next case. Or in this, we can also write, as here we have written the term c1x plus c2, we can also write it as c1 plus c2x. Okay, either c1x plus c2 or c1 plus c2x. Both the solutions are one and the same. Now we will go to the next case. Consider the case now. Three roots are repeated. Let m1 equal to m2 equal to m3 and remaining n minus 3 roots, they are real and distinct. Now using the previous case, the general solution or the complementary function is given as y is equal to c1x square plus c2x plus c3 e raised to m1x. So this bracket, it corresponds to the three repeated roots. As root is repeated three times, we have considered the power of x as 2. 3 minus 1 as 2. So c1x square, and then reduce the power of x by 1 until we will get the constant term. And the terms corresponding to the real and distinct roots we have obtained from the first case as c4 e raised to m4x plus so on plus cn e raised to mnx. Same term also can be written as y equal to c1 plus c2x plus c3x square e raised to m1x plus remaining term as it is. Now finally consider the case when all the roots they are real and repeated. So let us consider m1 equal to m2 equal to m3 equal to so on equal to mn. Now using the previous cases, general solution can be written as y is equal to c1 plus c2x plus c3x square plus so on plus cnx raised to n minus 1 into e raised to m1x, or it can be written as y equal to c1 x raised to n plus c2 x raised to n minus 1 plus so on plus cn minus 1 x plus cn into e raised to m1x. So this is the case when roots are real and repeated. Now we will see when the roots are complex and distinct. So let's go to the next case. Consider the case roots are complex and distinct, in that let m1 equal to alpha plus I beta, m2 equal to alpha minus I beta. As we know that complex roots they are always occurs in pairs, and remaining n minus 2 roots they are real and distinct. To get the solution, general solution corresponding to the complex roots, put the values of m1 and m2 into the first case, roots are real and distinct. Simplify expression there. The simplified form we will be getting it as y is equal to e raised to alpha x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x, where alpha is the real part and beta is the imaginary part of the complex number, plus remaining term is corresponding to the real and distinct roots which we obtain using first case. Now consider the roots are complex and repeated, in that complex roots are repeated two times. Let m1 equal to m2 equal to alpha plus I beta, m3 equal to m4 equal to alpha minus I beta, and remaining n minus 4 roots they are real and distinct. Again, now put these roots m1 m2 into the case roots are real and repeated two times. Solving expression there, we will be getting the general solution as e raised to alpha x into c1x plus c2 cos of beta x plus c3x plus c4 sin of beta x, plus remaining term is correspond to the real and distinct roots. See this c1x plus c2, it is the case when the roots are repeated, c3x plus c4. So as complex roots are total 4 roots, see here we got the 4 arbitrary constants. So number of arbitrary constants should be same how many times the root is repeated. Next case, complex roots are repeated 3 times. So let us consider m1 equal to m2 equal to m3 equal to alpha plus I beta, m4 equal to m5 equal to m6 equal to alpha minus I beta. Remaining n minus 6 roots they are real and distinct. Again put these values in the case roots are real and repeated 3 times. Solving expression there, we will be getting the general solution as now for the repeated roots, complex repeated roots, we will be getting the term as e raised to alpha x c1x square plus c2x plus c3 into cos beta x plus e raised to alpha x c4x square plus c5x plus c6 sin beta x. Clearly here we are observing that roots, complex roots, they are repeated 3 times. Alpha plus I beta is repeated 3 times. Alpha minus I beta is repeated 3 times. So total there are 6 roots, and see here we got the 6 arbitrary constants. The term corresponding to real and distinct roots will be written using the first case, which is c7 e raised to m7x plus so on plus cn e raised to mnx. This is all about the complementary function, how to get it from the roots of auxiliary equation. I hope you have understood this. For examples, see the next lecture. examples on complementary functions. See the next lecture. Thanks for watching this video.